Shocking benefits of evil. Evil is so evil, we never want to talk about it other than the times when we want to identify it, protect ourselves from it, and to eradicate it from the face of the world like teenagers do their acne. Ridding the world of all evils is the fervent dream, core target, soul ambition, and life mission of nearly every religion, culture, politics, literature and society. Does it not sound shocking that despite being so hated, loathed, shunned, abhorred and prevented, evil not only continues to exist, grow, multiply, magnify and thrive? What's surprisingly shocking? Evil is not exactly the complete black villain it is painted out to be. On the contrary, it has several incredible benefits for humans that you may find unbelievable. Are you surprised? Don't be. Just uncover the evil mask and see what lies beneath. Let's just assume for a while that the world is free from all evils. No crimes, murders, lying, stealing, cheating, attacking, hating, fighting, treachery, deceit, misery, violence, failure. Nothing. Just plain good living with nothing evil anywhere. Well? Does this relax you or scare you? If you are relaxed, that may well be your end. If you are scared, you are saved. Why? Because, what we call evil, may be life, pleasure, business, survival, food, health or sickness for some, and in the long run, learning, education, improvement, fortification and evolution for us. Now this is important. When we are scared, we want to prevent the cause of fear, and feel motivated to safeguard ourselves, which saves us, and ensures our longer life. But, when we are relaxed, we let down our guards, and so get easily shot, as a sitting duck. Evil is anything we don't like. In turn, we are evil for evil, because it doesn't like us. Do you see what I mean? A policeman is evil for a criminal. An angel is a demon for a demon. Good health and sound immunity is serious frustration for disease-causing microorganisms. Treatment and medicines are obnoxious for diseases. A hero is always a villain for a villain. God is evil for Satan. Good is always bad for bad. Now let's explore other aspects of evil. The terms good, evil, right, wrong, sin, moral etc. are purely relative terms. They change their meanings, appearance and connotations with time, place, intent and society, just as we change our clothes according to seasons, weather, fashion and occasions. So, one man's good is another man's evil. One man's food is other man's poison. What's good today becomes evil tomorrow. What was sin is fashion today. Owing to this reason, our society's understanding, behavior and treatment of women, children, marriage, slaves, virtues, character, values, personality, criminals, religion and God has changed dramatically over bygone centuries, and will continue to change in future. Child sacrifice, crime against humanity, women and children, women empowerment etc. are just some examples of evil changing its clothes. In simpler words, it means nothing is evil, nothing is divine. And, even if it is, it definitely won't stay that way forever. All good and no evil, is as bad, as all evil and no good. Good is good, the more the better. Right? Right. But all good and no evil, however idyllic it sounds, is actually a trap. A danger spot covered up in sweet disguise. Imagine a jungle with all sorts of wild animals, birds and beasts. Since there's no evil, they don't attack and kill other animals for food, or also plants for that matter? Heavenly? Hardly. If they don't eat each other, won't they die out because they were good? So, the situation of nobody eating anybody for mercy, is nearly as bad, as eating everyone to extinction for greed. The same rule applies on humans as well. For example, we should be merciful to beggars. But if we encounter a large crowd of beggars, our continued mercy would finish us off. Wouldn't that be as bad, as someone having no mercy at all? That's why goodness, however desired and divine, must be in moderation. The only way it can be balanced is with a pinch of evil. Evil endangers our safety, but in the very process, ensures our safety as well. A society, or world, has as much dangers of dying out in complete absence of evil, as it has, because of evil. Many societies and cultures in human history have died down because of wars, corruptions, natural calamities, etc., but many societies also emerged stronger because of combating evil. On the other hand, many societies and cultures, even though strong, prosperous and thriving, eventually died down as they invited the evil on themselves because they were so good. A famous example is that of India in ancient and medieval times. History says Indian subcontinent was so rich, it earned for itself the nickname, the Golden Bird. Well, then everybody from Arab, Turkish raiders, to entire cluster of imperial nations in Europe, wanted to catch the Golden Bird until the bird lost not only all its wealth, but her feathers as well. History is witness. All societies that lived happily in their earthly paradise, were the societies that were invaded, captured, looted and trampled into oblivion. Societies that lived in fear, danger, greed or ruthless ambition, expanded and left their names in our history books as synonyms of strength and power. The dangerous consequences of having no evil. Just imagine. An evil-free society will be divine at first, but in the long run it will turn dead, dull and boring, where no one is scared, no one needs protection, no one is challenged, and so, no one learns the skills to grow, develop, protect and survive. Of these, the skill to grow, develop, protect and survive is, by far, the most crucial for human existence. In a shallower sense, it will impact our economic and social fabric. Industries like jails, police, courts, laws, advocates, guards, watches, security systems, will shut down and disappear. The professions related to these industries will also vanish. Who would want police stations and law and order if there aren't any criminals? Our entertainment industry that solely thrives on stories, themes and adrenaline provided by crimes, conflicts, problems, tragedies and wrongdoings of all sorts, or literature, languages, arts and culture that also do the same, will greatly suffer. World's greatest literature, languages and arts pieces revolve around how they fought with evil and won. In absence of evil there can be no Iliad, Odyssey, Mahabharata, Ramayana, or Bible. There can be no heroes either, as there can't be a hero in the absence of villain. All good and no evil spells danger for our evolution and growth. In other words, in complete absence of danger, challenge and competition, the necessity for humans to keep learning, adapting and evolving will weaken and die down. This is true for every other living species in the world. Species die when they don't evolve. This is why we can say evil is actually just opportunity in disguise. It endangers many lives but strengthens the species' longevity in the long run. Nearly all the good things in the world are the direct consequence of combating evil in the background. If you believe in religion, you already know that the evils of the world prompted God to send Jesus, Buddha, Krishna or the prophet to people. The desire for immortality prompted pharaohs to build pyramids and perfect the art of mummification. The need to escape barbarian invaders and conquerors created the city of Venice. The necessity to escape the evils of monarchy gave rise to democracy. Evil is hugely instrumental in indirectly giving birth to good. There cannot be a Spider-Man without Dr. Octopus, or Batman without Joker, or Optimus Prime without Megatron, or Ram without Ravana, or Krishna without the war of Mahabharata. Without evil, good however good, cannot be identified as good. What happens when a society has everything it wishes for and meets all its needs? To answer the question, what happens when a society has everything it wishes for, and meets all its needs, John B. Calhoun conducted an interesting experiment, in which 4 pairs of mice were bred, in predator and danger-free, controlled environment, with unlimited access to food and water. Really, it was a mouse paradise. In 920 days, those 4 pairs of mice grew into a large evil society of 2,200 mice, and died out, despite still having unlimited food and water supply. Eerie comparisons have been drawn between this experiment and current modern human society, and it is a scary example of how evil-free society brings terrific good results in short terms, but in the long run spirals down to self-destruction due to completely other kinds of evils that arise out of evil-free environment. It is natural for humans to wish for only the best, the happiest and the most peaceful for themselves and everyone. But this doesn't naturally mean that if all our needs and wishes are met, it will necessarily be the best, the happiest or a problem-free environment for us, because complete absence of problems gives rise to different kind of problems. For example, people born in rich households or very rich and powerful people who have everything they wish for, aren't also always the happiest or problem-free people. They have, in fact, other problems. Evil is integral, inseparable and vital part of good. Evil paves the way for good. It ignites the good by giving it the need to wake up and spring to action. It completes the good in many mysterious ways. It then retreats in a silent corner like a beaten beast, allowing the good to bag all the glamorous glories of the victory, and to sing about how the good defeated the evil for all the ages to come. And the good never once considers that if it didn't have evil to defeat and win, no one would know what was good. Hating evil and wanting to remedy it is necessary. Absolutely necessary. But wanting human society to be completely rid of all evils is a profoundly unrealistic thought. Therefore, wishing to be completely evil-free is like wishing Earth to be permanently rid of nights, wishing life to be permanently rid of death, and wishing human body to be permanently free of excrement. Just like nights, deaths and excrement, evil also has a vital role in sustaining healthy life which we need to accept in the same way as we accept night, death and our excrement, that is, we don't like them but we live with them and contain them. At best, and the most what we can do, is to manage evil effectively, which we are kind of already doing, and have more or less always done, so we don't let evil annihilate us, or we turn evil ourselves. Interestingly, evil is live spelt backwards, which is indeed a very very interesting coincidence. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching.